Long ago, in a quiet village surrounded by green rice fields and bamboo forests, lived an old woman named Mbok Sarni. She was kind and hard-working, but very lonely. Every day, she sat on her wooden porch, watching the children in the village play, laughing and running together. Her heart longed for a child of her own. She had no husband, no siblings, and no family. Only silence kept her company. One night, while the moon was full and the stars lit the sky, she knelt by her small altar and whispered a prayer. She asked the heavens for a daughter, someone to raise, to care for, and to love. Not long after, something strange happened. As she worked in her garden one morning, she heard the earth tremble softly. From the shadows of the trees, a figure appeared. It was a giant. His skin was like bark, and his voice like thunder. He said he had heard her wish. He told her he could grant it. He could give her a child. A beautiful, healthy daughter. But in return, when the child turned 17, she must be given back to him. Mbok Sarni was terrified, but also desperate. After years of living alone, the offer tempted her heart. With tears in her eyes, she agreed. The giant gave her a single golden cucumber seed. Mbok Sarni planted the seed behind her house, watered it daily, and waited. Within days, a vine sprouted and grew rapidly. One morning, it bore a single cucumber. It was larger than any fruit she had ever seen, and it shimmered like gold in the morning sun. Carefully, she cut it open. To her shock and joy, inside the cucumber lay a baby girl, her skin soft, her eyes bright. She named the child Timun Mas, meaning, golden cucumber. Mbok Sarni raised Timun Mas with all the love she had saved for so many years. The girl grew up strong and curious, helping her mother around the house and playing with the other children in the village. Timun Mas was kind, polite, and brave. Everyone loved her. But as she grew older, the old woman's heart grew heavy. Every year, Timun Mas grew taller and wiser, and closer to the age of 17. As the fateful birthday approached, Mbok Sarni couldn't hide her fear any longer. One evening, she sat Timun Mas down and told her everything: the giant, the deal, and the curse. Timun Mas listened silently. She did not cry. She did not panic. She simply nodded and said, "We will find a way." That night, Mbok Sarni remembered the wise hermit who lived deep in the forest. At dawn, she left to find him. She climbed hills, crossed rivers, and walked for days. At last, she reached the old hermit's hut. She explained everything, and the hermit listened. Without saying a word, he handed her a small pouch. Inside were 4 simple things: cucumber seeds, salt, sharp needles, and shrimp paste, terasi. He said, when the time comes, she must use these. Each one will help her survive. Mbok Sarni thanked him and returned home. She gave the pouch to Timun Mas, and told her to always keep it with her. Then, one morning, the sky darkened. The ground shook. The giant had returned. His voice echoed across the valley, calling out, "Timun Mas. Time to fulfill your promise." Mbok Sarni screamed for her daughter to run. Timun Mas didn't hesitate. She took the pouch and ran into the forest. The giant chased her, crashing through trees and mountains. As he drew closer, Timun Mas opened the pouch. First, she threw the cucumber seeds behind her. Instantly, thick vines shot up from the earth, twisting and curling, trapping the giant for a moment. But he roared, tore through them, and kept coming. Next, she threw the salt. The ground split, and a wide river of boiling saltwater rose, flooding the path. The giant screamed as it burned his skin. But still, he pushed on. Then, she tossed the needles. They turned into a forest of sharp bamboo spikes. The giant bled as he passed through, roaring in pain. But his hunger was stronger than his wounds. Finally, Timun Mas threw the shrimp paste. The ground shook and opened into a boiling swamp of sticky mud. It bubbled and hissed, and from its depths rose hands of smoke and fire, pulling the giant down. He roared one last time before he sank into the earth, and was gone. The forest became quiet once more. Exhausted and trembling, Timun Mas walked home. When she returned, Mbok Sarni ran to her and embraced her with all the love and fear that had lived in her heart for 17 years. From that day on, they lived in peace. The giant never returned. Timun Mas became a wise young woman, known across the land for her bravery and kindness. And the story of the girl from the golden cucumber lived on, passed from mother to child, from old to young, reminding everyone that courage and love can conquer even the darkest of fates.